Hello, my name is Ms. Klatt. I hope you guys are having a great day. If at any time you need to pause this video, please do so. This is at your own pace. We are going to be talking about the plate tectonics and continental drift. So, essential questions are: what is plate tectonics? How do they affect the land? What is continental drift? And what are the evidence to support it? So, continental drift is about a 300 some year old type like idea that started about again 300 years ago based on map makers started showing like, oh my gosh, wait, like some of these continents are looking like puzzle pieces. And so that's one of the things that got scientists started thinking like, well, was our planet always like the way it is? And they started fitting around like trying to see about the puzzle pieces and leaning to like a hypothesis. One of them was German scientist Alfred Wegener, noticed that these similarities between the coastlines, and he started proposing that at one time the continents had been together in a supercontinent called Pangaea. But right around the time that the height of the dinosaurs really was in play, Pangaea started splitting up. Now, another evidence, like not only did they saw the map starting to form together, making into little puzzle pieces, they also started seeing how um, they started seeing like all these type of fossils starting to form in different areas, and they all started like making into into a pattern, because some of these that are like so far apart and across the ocean and everything that there was no way that there could have been. So that's another reason that they saw like, okay, at one point these continents were together. Antarctica, for example, has plants. They found fossils of plants, ancient plants underneath Antarctica. Ancient climates, they found seashells in certain areas where it's now cold, tropical plants where it's cold now. They've seen also reptiles, so they figured that at one point the continents were all in warmer areas that reptiles and tropical plants can survive and such. And they started seeing like they found glacial deposits about 222 million 220 million years ago to 300 million years ago. They started seeing like lots of that where even to this day there's no glaciers, like there's not been any glaciers in like the last couple million years. Rock types, they have found that certain rock types are in mountain ranges are the same or very similar, and they're ocean like they're way apart, like oceans apart, and they're all very similar. And if you match them up based on like the coastal lines on the crust and the mountains and everything, plus the fossils, that started becoming really good evidence that saying that at one point the continents were all together. Oops. So we have also these deep trenches where we see like lots of um where it's like an example of like plates are starting to be destroyed, plates are being moved and destroyed. So deep ocean trenches occur where there's plates that are like either coming together or moving apart or coming together and such. My bad, coming together. Mid-ocean ridges is where they're seeing like where the plates were once together. The mid-ocean ridges also kind of match up as well, and they're slowly but surely moving apart at these divergent boundaries. Another thing that they have found for evidence is seafloor spreading. They've seen that about the same distance apart every so often in strips, is that they're going to see the polarity change in the rocks. Okay, so the reverse, and it's about the same amount of materials being made. So like they see the same amount of like how long these polarities that are mere opposites on either side of the divergent boundaries or at the divergent boundary. Okay. And then earthquakes. They have found that when it came to plate tectonics, they found that the earthquake patterns form around in the same areas, like the same way. Like they show like where the plate boundaries are, and they show them off as to like oh, every time the plate moves, an earthquake happens. Age of the ocean, as you can see here, they're about evenly split wherever they are. They try to keep it at the same distance as they're spreading apart. And they can see like how old. The oldest is about 180 million years. So ocean floor is the youngest along. Continentals tend to be the longer ones. Earth's moving plates, it is broken up into several big plates called the, again, crustal plates. And the Earth is basically like broken pieces like a hard-boiled egg, all just moving slowly due to convection currents and spreading of the plates apart and destroying of the crust. And again, convection currents, where we have our heat source, drives the heated material up because heated stuff stays floats. That comes to the edges right here, and then the material pushes the crust underneath the crust and everything and pulls it down. Once it starts cooling off, all that cooled material starts sinking down, gets reheated up, and the process starts all over again. So those are all the evidence for plate tectonics and continental drift. And if you have any questions, come see me. Have a good day.